In Outer Views Outer Media, we're at part 130, Ted Lasso. First of all, thank you for making me watch the show. I'm definitely going to put this in my comfort watch pile and watch all of it. So I got various requests for several different Richmond players as being potentially autistic. I don't particularly see it, but I do see why it narratively looks like autistic coding, if that makes sense. The first is that many of these characters stick out with their actions and the way they speak and the way they approach social situations in a way that we often see autistic coded characters do. But in this case, it feels more like a combination of different sociocultural norms, since so many of these characters are from very different countries. The second is a phenomenon that is called normative male alexithymia, which I have not talked about in this series before, but basically alexithymia is a term used to describe a difficulty with feeling emotions, understanding emotions, and naming them. It's fairly common in the general population. It's twice as common in autistics, so we often perceive, they struggle to understand what emotions they're feeling to be an inherently autistic thing. Normative male alexithymia as a concept refers to how toxic masculinity often trains men to not be able to read or name their emotions, to remain stoic and tough, and that they're only allowed to express those emotions through anger, struggling with vulnerability, and being able to talk about how they are feeling. This is a well-documented thing. You should learn more about it. This resonates with you at all. But Ted Lasso as a show is clearly meant to be a critique and examination of toxic masculinity, particularly within the sports world. And so we see tons of characters who fit this characterization where they have some semblance of flat affect, express all their emotions the same, get easily dysregulated, and suddenly become incapable of holding conversation when things get vulnerable. And I think the overlap between that experience and the presentation of autism can look very similar. But this deliberately felt like a critique into masculinity, which made it difficult for me to see it through any other lens. But I also feel like none of the characters had like an autism vibe. Like, they were weird, but none of them felt particularly so, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense, but let me know your thoughts. Also in regards to Barbara, yes, you're correct. Good work.